Thank you, sir. I've been felicitated at a lot of venues by FTII and then by the Commission Minister in Delhi. But to me, this is a very, very special moment because I am in the presence of Sani Saab and all the teachers, the Nagi Saab, and Pastor James, those all the people that I grown up with actually. Science, especially, I don't know if you remember, but when I was studying processing, when I was a kid actually, I used to stay with Mr. Krishnan from home, but I Krishnan. And the first person I met was ardent cinematographer was Science. He used to visit him. That's the first time I met him, and I'm in a conversation with him, long time. I don't know if he remembers me, but. So there are a lot of moments that come to me when I'm here. Some of them, like Naresh have said, not really something to be discussed here actually. Like most of the things in the institute. But I really have been talking a lot doing workshop, and I had a wonderful time doing this workshop with a bunch of students here who I really wish them all very well because I think they're very, very interesting people. So I've been spending a lot of time talking, and I see the same faces sitting there, so I don't know if I should continue the academy and talk more or anything like that. But I'm very happy to be here, and I really genuinely thank all of you for inviting me and felicitating me, especially the staff and everyone, and I love the fact that I spent a lot of good time. I miss Soman though. I wish he was also here. Because they are all very special people to me. When you say ASC and all that, I think it has been a very long journey. As a kid, I used to write ASC just because I saw the cinematographer magazine. So my dad said, "Oh, you're an ASC member, very good." And so when I got an ASC membership, I don't know if it's my father's dream or my dream. But either way, I'm very happy about it. But I also feel that it is interesting because, like Sari Saab said, sometimes when you do different things but is rooted in culture, people tend to notice it. They tend to notice things which they feel are a little different. So there was this person called Michael Chapman, who was a very big cinematographer, who has done Taxi Driver and Raging Bull for Martin Scorsese's films, who was also a professor of cinematography, and he does workshop just about every part of the world. So he had this reel which says Beyond Hollywood, which talks about other sensibilities in culture. And I was fortunate that 7 of those 13 trips belonged to me. So when he retired, he said, this guy should come into us, he should be invited to be a part of the ASC. Then after it was put in the clubhouse, then 2 other people will have to say, yes, they should. Or I know about his work, we should, get him there. The only problem or hassle with it is that when people volunteer to invite someone, it also means they have to be present when this person comes. So most of the time they are reluctant to invite anyone. They don't know who this person is. So when it became the last time, since this is the last time you're going to be called, so I went there. And of course, your showreel had gone, and it is to be approved by all the 300 members. So they've all seen your work, and you realize that when you landed up there was a lot of people waiting to hear you talk about cinematography from a different point of view. Now, when I went to Sundance long time back with a film called Terrorist, I used to really like the fact that I was the only brown skin amongst all these people. And so you were easily noticed in a crowd. So I felt a similar kind of a thing when I landed up in ASC Clubhouse, because there was only brown skin and there were a lot of people sitting here. And I had a 45-minute lecture and talked about all my experiences. And nothing about cameras or technique, because they really don't want to hear anything about that. They just want to hear the sensibility of where you come from, which is like when you're in an institute, you learn that 1 + 1 is equal to 2. But in a creative space, it's always 3 or 4, like in a relationship, or like you throw a handful of grains, it becomes 1,000. It produces like that. So cinematography, I've always seen has to have not just cinematography, even filmmaking as such, or any creative thing, has to have another dimension when you look at it. Then I feel good about it. There are a lot of stories which I've shared with my students actually, so I will not continue this. Thank you very much. It's been really a pleasure, and I'm really happy to be here. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, sir.